Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of Zaid's Experience. My name is Zaid. So today we're going to be making, well, come on, I'll show you. Today we're going to be making short ribs. Yes. Look at that, guys. So before I start off, I just want to let you know, guys, this is one of my favorite dishes. It is really awesome. It tastes great, and it's super simple to make. It's a little bit more complicated than most, but trust me, it's something that you guys can handle no problem. Just follow my instructions, and you'll do just fine. So as always, guys, just follow me, and I'll show you how to cook them properly. So as always, guys, we're going to start off with the basics. We're going to have to leave these short ribs outside at room temperature for at least 20 to 25 minutes. That way the meat cooks evenly, both on the inside and on the outside. And then once we're good with that, we're going to start off with a little bit of salt and pepper, start seasoning these guys. Remember, guys, the salt has to get through all that meat, so make sure you guys use a generous amount of salt. Then we have the pepper. A little bit too much. Yeah. Now that's all well and seasoned. Now we're gonna cut the short ribs. So the way we're gonna cut these up, guys, is fairly simple. As you can see, you got the bones right here, right across, so we're gonna cut alongside the bone. So this has the meat part, we're gonna cut right here, and right here on all of them. Oh guys, these are gonna be so awesome once they're done, trust me. There's a reason why this is one of my favorite dishes. Wow, this one was a bigger chunk. Yeah, this one's gonna be for me. Well, all of them are gonna be for me. All that intramuscular fat is gonna totally disappear. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna darken the meat. Okay guys, so here we are. The first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna put our pan over heat, and we're gonna put it to a medium to medium high heat. Go ahead, guys, and get that really nice and hot. Okay guys, so now this is nice and hot. Next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna add olive oil. Then with the bone at the top, we're gonna place the meat facing down. The reason why we're doing this is because we want to darken the meat, guys. The reason why we don't want to darken the meat is I'd rather much eat something that has a little bit more layer of crust than something that looks boiled. If you just go ahead and put the ribs into the oven, they look boiled and it doesn't look really flavorful, to be honest. So the reason why we do this is to get that nice brown coloring outside, and that makes it way more appetizing, way better to look at. It looks way better on the dish, and anybody that you bring over is gonna totally want to eat the more caramelized version versus the boiled looking meat. For that we can get a stew or something like that though. And even then we can go ahead and caramelize that one. I would much rather want to eat something that looks like this than something that looks like boiled meat. Let's just make sure we darken on all sides. We're going to cut up a whole clove of garlic exactly by half. So just like that, we're going to grab the entire thing and we're going to put it in. Just make sure you guys start sliding that garlic all around the pan. That way we get that flavor of the garlic all around it. You guys are gonna see what we're doing this. This is gonna work some magic on our short ribs. Woo! Just wait and see, guys. Okay, now once we're done with that, we're gonna add some tomato paste. Just 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. That's all we need. So what the tomato paste is gonna do, it's gonna give a lot of body to the sauce that we're gonna be using for the short ribs. So what we're doing right now is we're just cooking out. We're cooking out the tomato paste. The reason why we want to do that is if we just put it into the sauce just like that, it's going to taste really raw and it's going to have a really, really strong flavor. And we don't want that. So just go ahead and rub it all over the pan. Look at that, guys. Woo. So now we're going to need a bottle of red wine. Doesn't have to be expensive at all. We're just going to use this to deglaze the pan. So add the red wine. Woo! Yeah, baby. So with a spoon, just go ahead and move around all the parts. Scrape off all that caramelization that was building up at the bottom of the pan. Just go ahead and kind of scrub it around. It's gonna be really easy to lift off. All that garlic flavor, all that tomato paste flavor is now gonna be in this sauce. So now the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and reduce this liquid. Turn your heat down to a medium, low. And now we're gonna cook this out for a couple of minutes until we reduce the liquid by half. So that should roughly take us about 5 minutes or so. And now once that gets reduced, the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna add beef stock. You can also use chicken stock, but beef stock works just way better. Trust me on that one, guys. I've tried it with both, and beef stock seems to work way better with it. But obviously, at the end of the day, work with what you got. So we don't need a lot. We just need enough to cover the ribs. There's like about an inch. So just enough liquid right there. So now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to cover it up with foil. So don't even think about touching that oven, guys, for the next 2.5 hours. They're going to be in there at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 170, 180 Celsius. And while we're waiting for those ribs to cook, oh yeah, this is happening. Might not be sunny in here, but it's definitely hot. Okay guys, so just about 30 minutes prior to the short ribs coming out of the oven, we're gonna make a little something that we're gonna put on top of the short ribs. That's right. We're gonna put a little bit of bacon, mushrooms, and parsley. So obviously the things that you're gonna need, some smoked bacon, because if it ain't smoked, it ain't real bacon. Parsley, and some mushrooms. You can go ahead and find whatever kind of mushrooms work for you. I use the regular bella mushrooms. Also, shiitake mushrooms work really well, and chestnut mushrooms if you can find them. So first what we're going to do is we're going to cut the bacon up into small pieces. And now we're going to cut the mushrooms in half. So as always guys, on a preheated pan on medium to medium high heat, we're gonna add our bacon. So the point of this is to get the bacon down to a golden crispy crust. So once that looks decent enough for you guys, in go the mushrooms. In you go. So after a couple of minutes of doing this, you'll definitely know when the mushrooms are ready to go. The mushrooms and the bacon are ready to go. What we're going to do now is we're going to transfer this over to a plate. That way we can strain all this fat, all the excess fat. And as much as I like bacon, I really don't need that extra fat on me. Look at the color on that, guys. Woo! That is going to taste awesome. 2.5 hours have gone by. Now let's go see how it looks. And as always, I timed that perfectly well. Looks hot. You ready to see this, guys? And there you go. Wow. That is what 2.5 hours of slow cooking looks like, guys. Oh, but now the real fun begins. All that liquid that got left over in the pan, we're gonna use that. And remember those giant pieces of garlic? Yeah, we're gonna need those. Grab a strainer and start putting that garlic through the strainer. Baste the short ribs with that liquid. And then remember those mushrooms, guys? Guess where those are going? Add a little bit of parsley. And look at that. That looks like $1 million, guys. Mission accomplished. So that is it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this recipe in particular. It's one of my favorites. I really like this. And I'm not just saying that because it's camera time. No, I really enjoy this. It's a great dish. It's one of the cheaper cuts of meat, but if cooked properly, it tastes amazing. And if you guys go ahead and test out this recipe, trust me, you won't regret it. Anybody or anyone that comes into your house and tastes this, you'll enchant them. 100%. No questions asked, trust me. At the end of the day, for me, that's what it's really all about. It's making some great food, having some fun in the kitchen, and as always, sharing it with others. And with that being said, guys, that is it for today. Time for me to leave, as always, and get some grub in my belly. But until the next time, guys, peace!